Hey everyone, it's Nicole again, and I am here to film a review of Kitchen by Banana Yoshimoto. And this book I read as part of Own Voices October. This book is by Banana Yoshimoto, who is a Japanese woman who was born in 1964. She still lives in Japan. She lives in Tokyo. This is a translation of the original Japanese, and the translation is done by Megan Backus. So I did a little bit of reading about Banana Yoshimoto, and she grew up in a very artistic family. Her sister is a visual artist, and I believe her parents also be artists, so she was encouraged at a young age to pursue her writing. And this is a collection of 2 short stories or novellas. The first one is Kitchen, and it's broken into 2 parts. And the second one, which is the shorter of the 2, is Moonlight Shadow. And they are connected through similar themes and plots, but they're different stories. And this book was, Kitchen was her first published short story, I believe, and this collection kind of pushed her into fame. The first story, Kitchen, is about a young woman named Mikage, who her parents died at a young age, and now she is in, I believe, her early 20s, and she lives with her grandmother, but her grandmother passes away. And she's kind of living on her own. She stops going to university, and all of a sudden this young man, Yuichi Tanabe, comes into her life, and he used to help out. He works at a flower shop that her grandmother used to go to, and he kind of invites her to come stay at his house so she's not alone. And he lives with his mother. Slight spoiler, his mother is trans, and it's actually his father technically, but she's transitioned and she's a woman now, and her name is Eriko. So the story is about the 3 of them kind of living together, and also about Mikage kind of overcoming her grandmother's death. And she starts to, she's always been drawn to kitchens, and she starts kind of cooking some more, as something to do in the kitchen. And I really enjoyed this story. It was a very quiet-paced story. Not too much was going on, but it was really beautifully written. Banana Yoshimoto has a very interesting tone. It is very casual and almost humorous at times. This book is from 1988, I believe. And you can tell it has like some 80s humor and slang in there. It has some very short sentences. Some of them were very choppy, in a uncomfortable way, and I'm not sure if that was the translation or if that was an intentional writing style, but it was definitely very unique. There was definitely, it reminded me of like slice of life animes, just kind of a little peek into this one chapter of this one woman's life. And some other stuff happens, but it's kind of spoilery, so I don't want to get too much into that. But the second story is a lot shorter, and that is Moonlight Shadow. Moonlight Shadow is about a young woman, who, her boyfriend has recently passed away in a car accident, and his younger brother's girlfriend was also in the car when the accident happened. So it's about her dealing with that. They had been dating since high school. It was a relationship of firsts, and it's her struggling with the death in her own way. She takes up jogging. The younger brother starts wearing the school uniform of his girlfriend who passed away. So there is some cross-dressing in here, like the first one, and it deals with death and loss, and the young woman meets a woman on the bridge where her and her boyfriend would meet one day in like the morning, named Urare, and she's a very mysterious woman and says that she must come back there and she'll see something very special. So there's that kind of going on, but it's mostly about the young woman and the young brother and their different ways to deal with grief. Definitely think out of the two that Kitchen was the stronger story. Moonlight Shadow was was way shorter. It was maybe 20 pages to Kitchen's like 70. And I think Moonlight Shadow could have benefited from being longer. I think Kitchen was the perfect length to really get absorbed in these characters' lives, and I feel like I wasn't as attached to the characters in Moonlight Shadow, but it was still very beautifully written. These two short stories were the first of Banana Yoshimoto's writing that I've read, and I definitely want to read more. I'm definitely intrigued by her writing style and her simplistic, not in a bad way, plots, and really kind of zooming in on characters. This definitely reminded me of Haruki Murakami, who I've read a lot of. Kind of too much. I'm on a Haruki Murakami hiatus right now because I can't read any more of his writing, but he has that magical realism down, and it's great. But the writing style kind of reminded me of Murakami. There wasn't really any magical realism, well, a little bit of Moonlight Shadow, but that kind of sense that something mystical was about to happen, I definitely felt in Yoshimoto's writing. But unlike Murakami, she actually had full-fledged female characters, so that's something I enjoy. So, it's kind of hard to review short stories without giving away everything in the book, and I liked being surprised with these two. I'm sure most of you have heard about Kitchen. If you haven't read it yet, you should just do it because it took me like a day to read them both, and they're really pleasant. Even though they were sad, they were like, it was like eating some nice soup. That's how to describe it. Yeah, it was just a really pleasant and comfortable reading experience, even if it was dealing with some sad topics. So I definitely recommend those for fans of short stories, or Japanese culture, feminism, female characters, fans of Murakami, everything like that. And I think I gave this book a 4 stars or something on Goodreads. My star systems are just variable on my mood, so I don't normally state that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that review. It seemed very messy. We'll see how it goes. And let me know if you've read Kitchen. I know Allie told me that she read it and she was excited that someone else was going to read it. So Allie, let me know what you thought of Kitchen, and everyone else, let me know if you've read it, if you want to, if you have other Banana Yoshimoto books that I should read, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.